So now we discuss about the monetary policy. Monetary policy and the physical policy are the basic two tools of the money. Monetary policy and the physical policy are the basically used in the economic growth. It refers to the credit control measure adopted by the central bank of country. So on the other hand, monetary policy as policy employing the central bank's control of the supply of money as an instrument of the achieving goals and regarding to their policies to general economic policy. Monetary policy is concerned deciding to how much money in the economy should have, or perhaps more correctly deciding whether increase and decrease the purchasing power of money. So in the other hand, according to the McDonald, changing the money supply assists the economy to achieving the full employment. Basically, money supply is help to achieve the economic growth. When the money supply is higher rate in the market, then the inflation period starts. On the other hand, if the money supply is on the decreasing rate, then the period of recession or depression. So basically, the process of the money supply is monetary authority to the country control the supply of money. Monetary policy refers to use of the instrument under the control of RBI to regulate the availability, cost, use of money and credit. So further, main goal of that is achieving the specific economic objectives such as low or stable inflation and promoting the growth. Basically, firstly we discuss with small topic that is related to your monetary policy, that is RBI. RBI is the Reserve Bank of India, that is central banking system of India and controlling the monetary policy of the rupees. This is the institution was established on the 1st April 1935 that play a main important role of the and the part of the development strategy of the government. Basically, office holder of the British banker Upton Smith, which is the C.D. Deshmukh, was the first Indian governor of the RBI after the position currently held by the Urjit Patel, who took over the Raghu Ram Rajan on the 4th September 2016. So basically some rules of the Reserve Bank of India like India's monetary authority, supervising the financial system in the country, issues of the currency, manager of the foreign exchange reserve, banker and debt manager of the government. Also banker to bank, development functions, also data and knowledge sharing since last 75 years. So that is the monetary policy. On the other hand, we discuss with some points of related to your monetary policy, that is the which is the debt process, which monetary authority country generally central bank control the supply of money in the economy by control over the interest rate, maintain the price stability, money supply in the market, achieving the higher economic growth that is promoted into national and international level of trade and production, also increase the higher growth which helps to increase the production infrastructure and also increasing the standard of living and employment in the country also. So after this, in India, the Central Monetary Authority is the Reserve Bank of India, is to design as to maintain the price stability in the economy. So first of all, this is a part of the economic policy which regulates the level of money in the economy in order to achieve the certain objectives. So, in the other hand, in India, RBI controls the monetary policy. It is announced twice a year. That policy, like we say that slack season policy and busy season policy. So, this policy basically maintain on the slack season policy on the period of April to September, that is for slack season policy. On the other hand, October to March, that is a busy season policy. So basically, this is the related to your monetary policy. So on the other hand, we discuss with the objective of the monetary policy. So another objective of the monetary policy is that first one is price stability. Price stability. First one, other hand, control the expansion of the bank credit, promotion of fixed investment, restriction of inventories, promotions of export and food. So on the other hand, decide distribution of credit, equitable distribution of credit to promote the efficiency and reducing the rigidity. So first of all, we discuss with the objective of monetary policy is that its price stability is on that time price of promoting the economic development and considerable emphasis on the price stability. The center of focus is to facility to environment which is favorable to that enable the development project to run swiftly and which also maintaining the price stability in the country. On the other hand, controlling the expansion of the bank credit. Mainly objective is that to control the expansion bank credit in the market. One of the most important function of the RBI is to control the expansion of the market, expansion of bank credit and money supply in the market, special attention to seasonal requirement credit without effective of the output. So next one is promotion of the fixed investment. It helps to promote the fixed investment in the country to achieving the higher economic activity. The main aim of is that increase the productivity of investment to sustaining the non-essential fixed investment. On the other hand, restriction of the inventories, overfilling of stocks, products becoming outdated due to excess of stock often results sickness of the unfit. The main objective of this policy is to avoid the overstocking and idle money of the organization. Promotion of export, it helps to promotion of export and higher will promote the trade. Basically, monetary policy pays a special attention in order to boost export and facility to trade. It is the main objective of the monetary policy also. When the promotion of export based on the economic growth also. It increases the higher rate of production in the market, higher employment in the market, and also based on the standard of living. On the other hand, desired distributions of credit. Mostly, monetary authorities have control over the decision regarding the allocation of credit, priority, sector and small borrowers. This policy decided over the specific percentage of credit. Next one is equitable distribution of credit. Reserve Bank of India main aim is that to equitable distribution of all sectors of the economy or social and economic loss of people to promote the efficiency. It helps to promote the efficiency where the central bank pay a lot of attention. It increases the efficiency in financial system, tries to incorporate structural changes such as their regulating interest rates, operational constraint and credit delivery system to introduce to the new money market instrument. So that's one is reducing the rigidity. So this is bring about the flexibility in the operation which provide a considerably autonomy. It encourages more competitive environment and diversification. It maintains the control over the financial system whenever necessary to maintain that discipline and producing the operation of financial system also. This is the objective of the monetary policy. So some other objective that is related to your developed and underdeveloped country also. Basically, two aspects like underdeveloped country and developed country. First of all, developed country when it have higher aggregate demand without inflation, inflationary and deflationary gap, higher research further helpful for the further development, providing the assistance to other countries, gaining the monetary control over others. Some other objective works on the developed country like achieve the full employment level, high level of efficiency, increase export in the countries, high investment, exchange stability, and rise the standard of living. So on the other hand, now discuss the type of the monetary policy. First of all, we know that monetary policy design change as per the goals set of the monetary policy and emerging economic scenario. The monetary policy is the pragmatic act, expansionary policy, constructionary policy, and counter-cycle policy, cycling policy, rule-based policy, and discretionary policy. Basically, postponing expansionary monetary policy, as we discussed as under expansionary or easy monetary policy aim at increasing the spending on goods and services by the expanding the supply of credit and money by the lowering the policy rate like bank rate or repo rate in the market. Lowering the reserve requirement and purchasing the government security from the market. First of all, we know that expansionary on that time rise when the country is facing the higher unemployment rate during the slowdown of the recession or depression period. Monetary authority can opt the expansionary policy. The policy main aim at is increasing the economic growth, expanding the economic activity as per the part of expansionary monetary policy. The monetary authority often a lower of the interest rate through the various funds, serving to promote the spending and make a money saving relatively unstable. When the increase the money supply in the market aim to investment into consumer spending. So, as an example, with the expansionary approaches, low to zero interest rate maintain the leading economic approaches global on the last 2008 financial crisis. So, next one is constructionary monetary policy. Constructionary or tight monetary policy aims at preventing the inflation by constructing the money supply. Inflationary periods start on that time when the money supply of the market is higher. That increasing the rate of with unemployment, slow down the production on that period of time. So increase the money supply can lead to higher inflation, rising the cost of living, cost of doing business. Constructionary monetary policy is achieved by increasing the policy rate, increasing the reserve requirement, and purchasing the government security from the market. It helps through slowing down the growth of money supply aim to bring down the inflation. This can also slow economic growth and increasing the unemployment, but often necessary to cool down the economy. On the earlier 1980s, when the inflation rate is too much higher, on that time period around 50% and Fed raised on that time rate of recorded 20%. So constructionary monetary policy based on the money supply higher in the market when the inflation period starts. Counter-cycling monetary policy based on the cycle fluctuation of the economy and stabilizing the economy with the help of counter-cycle monetary policy. Main aim of this cycle is that to stabilize the economy. On the other hand, rule-based monetary policy is that policy money supply and related variable are controlled under the predetermined with rules, norms, objective and policies. Central bank authorized cannot use the discretion to change the risk, rules and variables. Discretionary monetary policy is that policy allow the central bank greater autonomy in the conduct of monetary policy. Under such this policy guiding constraint the preset rules, central bank after assessing the emerging economic scenario, such as like judgment can change the value of money supply and the related variables also. On the other hand, some instrument and tool of the monetary policy. We know that country control is the main important tool used by the Reserve Bank of India. The major weapon of the monetary policy used to control the demand and the supply of money in the market. We know demand is a function of the price. First of all, demand based on the supply of money in the economy. So basically, Reserve Bank of India mainly important tool of the credit control basically works on the demand and supply of money in the economy. Basically, two tools that is referred as under quantitative and qualitative. First one is quantitative, that is bank rate, open market operation, variation in the required repo rate, liquidity adjustment facility. On the other hand, qualitative monetary policy, according to this, rationalizing of the credit, marginal requirement, variable interest rate, regulation of the consumer. First of all, we discuss with the qualitative, with the bank rate or open market. So, in the other hand, qualitative bank rate. Qualitative bank rate, basically money operation involved money techniques which operate on monetary magnitudes such as money supply, interest rate, availability of the credit, higher balance of payment, which helps to economic growth. Some other monetary policy rules according to which two tools. First one is quantitative, that is one bank rate and open. Bank rate policy, also known as discount rate. This is the oldest instrument of the monetary policy. Bank rate is which RBI discount or more accurately. First of all, is the rate of interest charged by the RBI by providing the fund and loans to the banking system. The banking system involves the commercial and cooperative banks like Industrial Bank of India, IFC, Exim Bank, and other financial institutions. On the other hand, open market operation. Open market operation is the instrument of the monetary policy which involves buying and selling of the government security, public and RBI sells government security, contract flow the credit and buy government security, increase the credit flow. Open market operation make bank rate policy effective, maintain the stability in government security market. On the other hand, variation in reserve required. The Reserve Bank also use a method of the variable reserve requirement to control the credit, control of the money supply in the India. In this, by changing the ratio, the Reserve Bank seeks to influence the credit creation power and commercial banks. With this, is a certain percentage of bank deposit banks are required to keep the RBI in form of reserve and balance. Higher the CRR with the RBI, lower will be the liquidity system and vice versa also. On the other hand, repo rate and reserve repo rate. Repo rate and the other than reserve repo rate, basically tool of the quantitative. Whenever the bank have a shortage of fund, they can borrow from RBI. Repo rate is that rate which bank borrow the rupees from the RBI. So on the other hand, liquidity adjustment facility. Liquidity adjustment facility is a tool used in monetary policy that allow to bank to borrow money through the unpurchased agreement. This arrangement allows banks to respond to liquidity pressure and used by the government ensure the basic stability in the financial market also. So this is a liquidity adjustment facility. On the other hand, basically qualitative instrument. Rationing of the credit. Credit rationing is a method of controlling and regulating the purpose for which credit is granted by the commercial bank. It is merely limited the total amount of loan and advance the grant of the commercial bank. So basically, we know under this method, maximum limit to loans and advance can be made which the commercial bank cannot be exceeded. RBI fixed the ceiling on specific categories such like a rising of the use to main situation which credit flow is to be checked, particularly for speculative activity. On the other hand, marginal requirement. Marginal requirement is a difference between market level of security and its maximum loan value. Basically, marginal requirement of loan is equal to current value of the security offered for loan and decrease the value of the loan grant. The marginal requirement is increase the those business activity, the flow which credit is to be restricted of the economy. So on the other hand, publicity. Publicity is the main part of the monetary policy and the money supply that is used for the publicity of the view, chances and the situation of the country that represented by the publicity, how to control the market, money supply in the market in the both period like inflation and recession period. In direction, it will require to be implemented by the commercial bank to control the money supply. On the other hand, regulation of consumer credit. If there are other excess demand for certain consumer durable leading to their higher price, central bank can decrease the consumer credit by with the rise the increasing with payment, reducing the number of installment of the repayment of the such credit. Some other tool like direct action under the banking regulations, central bank has authorized to take strict action against any the commercial bank that is obey direction given by the RBI. There can be restriction on advancing loans imposed by the RBI on the such bank like RBI had to the certain restriction working to the metropolitan cooperative banks. So this is the instrument and tool of the monetary policy, qualitative and quantitative. Some other limitation of the monetary policy, that is, first one is time gap, second is difficulty in forecasting, non-bank financial intermediate and less development of money and credit. First one is time gap. Basically, time gap is referred to major limitation of the monetary policy. It involves time to take formulating and implementing the monetary policy in the economy. Time lag increase, it would be not only result in a new time of economic problem, but make the whole monetary policy ineffective. On the other hand, difficulty in forecasting implies the monetary policy can be effective if their proper analysis of economic problem for which policy implemented should be assessed properly. Forecasting, we know that forecasting based on the future. Forecasting economic condition has always been a controversial issue in the market. Basically, we know that when the money supply up and down on the period that time, we can predict for the future. Non-banking financial intermediates refer to that growth of the financial market had decreased the scope of monetary policy. On that time, emergence of the non-banking financial intermediates such as Industrial Development Bank, insurance company and mutual fund. This new segment of the economy is responsible in the grabbing share of the commercial bank. Less development of money and credit market. Basically, these act as one of the most important factors of the ineffectiveness of the monetary policy. This effectiveness of the monetary policy depend upon the effectiveness of the money and credit market. Therefore, monetary policy is this country has been proved the ineffective. Some other limitations of monetary policy like monetary policy cannot change long-term growth. No long-term growth trade-off between growth and inflation. Monetary policy can deliver low and stable inflation and thereby reduce the volatility of a business cycle. It cannot be really predicted when inflation pressure build up. So this is the monetary policy. We know that monetary policy and the fiscal policy basically the two tools of the money supply, and the two type basically combine with each other when the money supply increasing and that time period of inflation period start, money supply higher. On the constructionary period, then the deflation period start and money supply down. On that time, decrease the taxes level and expenditure higher on that period of time. I hope it is clear to all of you.